Hey, welcome back to Wise Guys BBQ Podcast. I'm Charlie, the left side, here with Big Vin Baccaro, the strong side. We've got another killer guest today. Two guests, actually. Kathy and Tom Trainer. And they've got a lot to talk about, just an insane schedule, and I can't wait to hear it. What about you?
Yeah, no, I'm excited. You know, they're running, they're getting ready for their Kora Kares event that they have in Maine. There's just a few more days, I think, for the competition competitors, sign-ups get done.
You went to Kora last year.
I did. It was fantastic.
Yeah, you said
I
it was
had a fun
amazing.
time. I met so many different competitors that were, not at your usual more local competition. So it was fun meeting those folks and getting to know their stories and get some pictures with them. And then, of course, you got the whole public side of that thing where they have a People's Choice Award going on. They have vending trucks, a little beer garden, a band that goes up on stage and plays some music.
You had me at beer garden.
Yeah, no, it's great. And then, of course, the
world famous
rib auction.
Yeah.
They do 2 different days. They have a one meet on Black Friday, which is just the ribs, and then they do the rib auction. And then Saturday is your traditional 4 meet, and it's fantastic. So let's not bore our audience with us talking about it. Let's hear it from Kathy and Tom.
Let's get into it.
All right. All right, folks, here it is, the interview we've been telling you about. We have Kathy and Tom Trainer from Inclusive Barbecue Events, and they got some unbelievable barbecue news for this time of year, which is the time of year, right? I guess.
Yeah, and a great story.
Yeah.
Which Kathy's going to share with us, which
absolutely.
should be fantastic.
So welcome, guys. Thanks for being on the show.
Great to have you.
Thanks for having us back.
Yeah. So it's coming down to the last couple of weeks here. Kora, what's going on?
Signups close in 10 days. That is
wow.
like we are closing signups in 10 days.
What's that date?
So the signups will close August 9th, 9th, 10th.
Okay.
Our KCBS representatives come up from the south, so they need a couple days to kind of make sure they have all the paperwork together and they can travel in time. And we want to make sure that they have all their team names for them ahead of time. And Carol and Randy Bigler have been really good to us to help us support this event.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
that's
recruit
great.
teams when they're down south. They're like, you got to go up to Maine, you got to go to Kora. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great help.
Well, yeah. I mean, and you kind of rely on them for that a little bit, right? That's part of the whole handshaking thing. How you doing with teams? How you filling it up? Is it comparable to years before?
I would say pretty comparable. We're standing at about 40 teams right now, and actually. One meet ribs have a couple more teams than the master teams, which is even better. We have a lot of community folk coming in to just support the event, or teams that maybe can't commit to the whole weekend because they've got family things going on and they still want to be there because the event is Kora. It's just, the premier event throughout New England. So it's nice to see teams that can't commit the whole weekend, even just come in for a day to make sure that they're still part of the larger event.
That's great.
So do you guys give a half off discount if you're only there one day, or do you have to put the whole entry fee?
So it's each day has its own separate entry fee. So Saturday is the one meat rib, which we provide the ribs for the teams, and any leftover ribs go to the rib auction, and that auction is facilitated by Chad and Nicole Humphreys. They have run this auction with perfection for nearly 10 years.
Yep.
And Chad is a hilarious auctioneer. Nicole and Jillian are running around doing all the things they need to do to make that auction successful. And the crowd gets into it. So that is really what Saturday's about. It's all about the hospital all day. From 8 o'clock in the morning until about 8 o'clock at night. And then Sunday is KCBS, the typical 4 meat, your chicken, ribs, pork, and brisket, and that's a separate entry fee. Teams can choose to stay. They can choose to participate in both. Most people come for the weekend. They arrive on Friday and leave late Sunday, and they really have a good time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rib auction is a lot of fun. I was there last year. I had a blast.
Yeah, is the rib auction, is that the draw? obviously, helping the kids out is amazing, but the rib auction, has that gotten to be like a must-see event?
It is. The Biglers actually said it to us. They have probably done over 250 contests as KCBS reps. They have never seen anything like the rib auction. They left and told everybody and their brother from here to coast about the rib auction. Yeah. And Carol wrote in the KCBS magazine, The Bullsheet, about the rib auction and how special it was and all the events that they've done over 2 decades of representing KCBS. She's like, we couldn't leave. Like it was like everyone was drawn in, from the community to the teams to all the volunteers that make that weekend possible. It's the one thing we look forward to. Yeah. It's so much fun for everybody.
It is so much fun for everybody. Yeah. The competitors, like you said, the Humphreys just make it super special on stage, and it's just great. The kids get into it. There's one family, I was sitting up front trying to take some pictures, and there was one family, and they're local, and they sit at they were all the way to the, you're looking at the stage to the right, they must have bought like 4 or 5 different competitors' stuff. They were just going at it, and they were loving it. And like, so I asked them, I said, "Are you guys having a big family reunion or something?" He's like, "Oh no, we freeze these and eat them all year. They're delicious." So they were having a blast. Yeah, so much fun.
And they come to look for certain teams. Some teams have even told us that, like, the same family bids on my ribs every year. We're like, oh, okay, that's great to know. Like, that they're going to look for you.
Yeah.
They travel great. Well. That's awesome.
They do.
That is awesome. So, any names that we'd recognize in the group of competitors up there this year?
So we have our regular teams that come up. We have Billy from Smokin' Hogs. We have Faded. We'll have Chunky. We have a lot of seasoned competitors that have won some major accolades. We do have Brad from Gettin Basted coming in. He had been talking to us last year to come, but something came up with the restaurant and he wanted to come this year. He has special connection to making sure that children have adequate care, and he really wants to make sure that he can help support the event. But he's not our only celebrity arriving, even though he just finished Barbecue Brawl. One of our Shriners patients just got nominated for an Emmy.
Oh, wow.
He is a voice actor. And Andrew is a patient at the hospital. And Andrew and Patrick are the same age, but Andrew is a voice actor for multiple shows, including Paw Patrol and the Bronx Buds. And Bronx Buds just got nominated for an Emmy, and that will be part of Andrew's IMDb page. Like, he's been nominated for an Emmy. So as much as we have Brad, we've also got Andrew, who's an Emmy nominee.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I don't know if Barbecue Brawl is going to get an Emmy nomination. So
probably not.
That's awesome.
We'll have to check those shows out.
So, Andrew's sweet. He'll sing the national anthem at Kora. So he'll be there up on stage early in the morning singing. His whole family is involved in theater and modeling and different TV things. Even his younger sister is doing some things right now with a talent scout that they have. But we have an Emmy nominee just on the field, just celebrity status, walking around.
That's terrific.
Great stuff.
So does that cause any issues for you or the field of competitors, is having somebody as well known as Brad from Gettin Basted? I mean, is he like...
Yeah, do people get intimidated and feel like they don't have a real chance?
I have cooked 10. Tom and I have cooked 10 feet from Brad, and Brad borrows our equipment. We always say it's any given Sunday. Yeah. Barbecue boils down to being, available to, have the camaraderie, see your friends, hang out. If you come into it that you're not going to do well, it's a mindset that's going to stick with you.
Sure, right.
I have seen top teams that get top 10s have a horrible day, and I've seen teams that have never gotten a call before blow past top teams. And that actually segues into the good steak story I have.
Tell us about that. So what went on with your golden ticket there in steak?
Okay. So we arrived to Geoff and Scotty's contest in Connecticut. I couldn't remember if I was cooking 1 steak, 2 steaks. We had not practiced. We don't cook a ton of steak. We went to Tractor Supply like 2 weeks prior and saw rub that was 99 cents. It was just chicken rub and a salt, pepper, garlic from Suckle Busters. We're like, we'll just pick this up to try whatever.
Yeah, and we didn't buy it for steak. We just bought it because they were $1 a piece. And, who doesn't need extra? Actually, I think we grabbed it because we were cooking for family for for July 4th. So it's like, oh, we might as well just grab this stuff, and we grabbed a couple extra. So
Yeah.
I'm never wearing this.
So we get settled, and across the way are Jeff and Dan from El Jefe, and we've known them from day one. Like we call them our barbecue big brothers. They were the first team that we ever met in KCBS. Well, Amanda, Dan's wife, came over like, I'm having car trouble. Tom wasn't doing anything. Jeff and Dan were cooking. I was cooking. Tom and Amanda left to go get a rental car.
Oh boy.
So we're all just doing our thing. Like, this is a normal Saturday for us. We're hanging out, doing whatever. I start with steak A, and in Steak Association, they give you 2 steaks.
Yep.
So you can practice with one and turn in another one. So I do my practice steak. I like it. It looks okay. I bring it into the trailer, and my son Patrick is there. And I go, hey, buddy, there's a piece of steak. I'm going to start prepping my second steak. I turn around. It was gone.
Oh, no. Where'd it go?
Typical teenage child ate the whole steak.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Are you kidding me?
He thought a piece meant the whole thing.
Oh, boy.
So I have no choice. I have no idea what
You're
this
down to
tastes
one
like.
steak now.
And mind you, I use chicken rub on
Yeah.
beef.
Yeah.
So I turn in the steak. I'm like, okay. I'm walking there. I look at Lindsay from Sticks and Stones. I go, this is not going to work. Like, this
Right,
is just, I'm like, I have no idea what this tastes like. My kid ate my steak. I don't even know if I did it right. She's like, don't worry about it. So when the awards come around, you get a ticket and you're calling off your numbers. I'm like, oh, 10th place, whatever. I'm like, I'm not getting a call. This is just too ridiculous. We didn't do anything.
Right.
Well, second place came, and I was shocked. I'm like, what are you talking about right now? I was, because I've had some, I've had like a major surgery and some health issues. I just really haven't been on my game.
Yeah.
So I get up there, I'm in tears. I'm like, I got a big trophy, everything else. I walk back around, and Tom goes, Jeff Campbell already won a golden ticket. I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
Wow.
oh, he did.
When they call first place, Jeff goes up, and I go, I didn't know for sure, but I said to her, I'll bet you he already has a golden ticket. You're going to Worlds.
Yeah.
And
That's
she's
awesome.
like, no. And then all of a sudden, Scott McDonald says, Kathy Trainer, come back up to the stage. This is your golden ticket.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think she walked. I think she flew. Feet
Just
didn't
carry
touch
on.
the
I can't
ground.
fix it.
Yeah, hold on. We're gonna ask you to wait 1 second. Chip lost his ears; he can't hear a bloody thing. Do you want to grab just a regular over the ear thing? I don't know how easy.
I can't work the in the ear headphones. I can't do it. It just spits them out.
I can't do it either.
All right, Meg, let's put these back in. Let's put these back in them. Let's get and we'll use the super glue this time. Get the Gorilla Glue.
You get some tape.
For the gorilla.
I'm a gorilla. Meet Meg, Kathy, and Tom.
Hi, Mike.
I don't care if you just put one in. Doesn't matter. Get some electrical tape.
Can you get some new ears? Is it
Should we? I feel like
Just tape it to the side of my head. Okay, I can hear.
okay? Well, we
No, just keep it in front of me because it's gonna. What happens is
Okay.
gets behind it, yanks it out of there.
All right.
All right. I'm fine. Yeah, as far as you can get it. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. Yeah, that's what she said. I know.
is that what you said?
It's barbecue.
That's it. All right, so we'll edit around that. So you guys took second place, and first already won a golden ticket. So you're going to nationals.
Yep.
And what's cool about this is that it's actually the same weekend as our anniversary.
Oh, nice!
Every
Happy anniversary!
year-
Wow, that was great.
20
Happy
years,
anniversary!
too.
John.
20 years.
See, you would be
20 years.
you'd be out of prison by now, Tom. But I had to say it.
Nice way to
So-
put it.
It's a guy thing, Kathy. I'm sorry. I know you don't appreciate
It's all
that,
good. It's all good. So we tend to do things on our anniversary. Like, we've taken classes, we do contests. Like, anniversary is not an anniversary; it's barbecue, like
Right.
all the time. So when we figured that out, I was like, "Oh, it's perfect. That's what happens in March."
Yeah.
Yep. So
That's-
Fort Worth, Texas, for our 20th anniversary. Wasn't probably my first choice of places to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you guys are
We
on the
don't have a
same
choice.
page. Good thing you're on the same page
Yeah,
with barbecue.
exactly. You both enjoy it so much.
Now she did cook the whole thing, but I will say I did light the charcoal and dump
good.
the charcoal
Well
into the
done,
grill
sir.
before I left. So
So-
I'd like to think that was the pivotal part.
Absolutely.
Maybe your
And-
strengths.
And don't forget, you were the one that you bought that $1 rub. That was probably your
Yep.
call, right? That was
Yep,
you.
Yep, that was me. Yeah, that's right.
Good
Wow,
job.
all right. What else did I do? There's got to be others. Let's keep going.
So what's coming up this fall in Nebs? You got some stuff going on.
It is a packed Nebs contest list. So the Kentucky Cup, something that Nebs has been doing forever.
Yep.
And it's basically, it's the top point totals for people who do Nebs classic contests, be it the 2 meets, the 3 meets, or the 4 meets. Nebs sanctioned events all count towards the Kentucky Cup. Well, this year Nebs is putting a little money behind it.
Okay.
So top prize for the Kentucky Cup this year gets $1,000.
Oh, that's nice.
Second place gets 500.
Oh, that's great.
So if
Yeah.
that's not enough motivation to get out and do some of these contests,
Sure.
Yep.
$1,000 buys you a lot of barbecue equipment.
Yep.
Wow.
And you guys promote these things. You're competing in these events. What's going on with these events?
We're
For
going to
you.
compete in a couple.
Yep.
We're definitely competing in a couple. We're definitely, I'm going to be the contest official at a couple of them.
Yep.
And then we may go judge a couple or just show up and lend a hand. It's really, and one of them actually, I'm going to officiate the one in Brattleboro, Vermont, Q for a Cause.
Mm-hmm.
And Kathy's going to cook by herself.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Ben, actually, I'm sure she'll adopt somebody to come and cook with her. But
Unreal.
It's the one in Vermont is really it supports adults with disabilities, their housing that they can have, and making sure that they have shared living with providers, and they get to keep their home and providers change for them as providers' life needs change.
Right.
I work in pediatric mental health, so this is right up our alley.
Yeah.
I will. That's a fun contest. It's a cute little Vermont area. So when he was repping, I was like, I don't want to not cook that event. So we decided to make sure that we could both make it work.
yeah, we cooked that event last year, and it was really good. The community really comes out and supports it. This year, I think they moved it to like a farm area that's really supposed to be really nice. And it's right in Brattleboro, so it's not really that far away. It's right over the Mass border up 91. So if you like Western Mass, it's just a great place to do a contest. Same thing.
Probably up by Johnny.
I was just going to say we'll send them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next NEBS event coming up is actually, it's a NEBS event on Saturday and a KCBS event on Sunday. And that one is not this Saturday, but the Saturday after at the Trillium Brewery in Canton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Mike and Bill from Hogwash are putting that on. And I know if anybody's out there who's interested in possibly judging, I know they're looking for judges for the NEBS contest on Saturday.
That's fantastic.
So,
Guys, how many of these are open to the public?
That's a good question.
Miller's in Cranston in Rhode Island is obviously a public.
Yeah, Miller's
access
Crossing is.
It's about 50%.
Yeah. I think it's more than not though. Trillium's got the brewery, so
Sure.
they'll be open. Henniker up in New Hampshire, there's going to be one up there that'll have that'll be part of a brewery thing. Like I said, Q for a Cause does some public stuff. Most of them seem to have Franklin Food Fest up in Greenfield. That'll have a public component as well. They'll have a People's Choice there.
Great.
Most of them I think are going to have something.
You
And then we wrap up the end of the year with back-to-back at Rentham. Saturday is the Commander's Cup for that supports the Legion. That's run by Mike and Bill from Hogwash. We'll be cooking that one, and then we turn around, take off our cooking hats, and put on our organizer hats, and we run the toy drive event.
Toy
on
drive,
Sunday.
yeah.
Excellent. So do you think that any of these kinds of are leaning to more public access than some of the just competitor contests where you really don't have your people coming there to sample food or things like that? Do you think it's leaning more towards public involvement, or it's about as good as it's going to get that way?
I think there's a pretty I think there's a good ratio. I don't see it changing too much because when you add the public in as an organizer, there's just a lot more that goes into
Sure.
it. So those who have public facing events have a larger team to do that. They have larger groups of volunteers to do it. The ones that have connected to NEBs are typically established events, established charity events that are looking to add something new to it. So that's where the barbecue contests typically come in. Some of them have such established events that have been running, 5-10 years that they have a crew of volunteers, much like Kora, like they have a crew of volunteers that handle the public side. And then there's a smaller crew that handles the barbecue side. For someone like Tom and I, it is very difficult to run a public facing event with only 2 people.
Yeah.
So like we tend to not do that. We look at Jeremy from Campground and his 2 to 3 people. He sticks to just the barbecue because that's the group of people that he has. He can handle everything and make sure that all the team's needs are met. As soon as you open up to the public, there's some amazing supports that can happen for charities, but it does just kind of open up a whole new world. So as an organizer or someone who promotes larger events, you just kind of have to know like what can you handle to make sure the event is run well and run safely and that everybody gets a good experience.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Stick in your stay to your lane, right? If you do what you do well, absolutely.
And when we, not that we don't compete anymore, but when we were really competing heavy, the People's Choice stuff was always, while it could be fun, it was hard because again, especially if you got to vend to people, you really need a crew on that side of things too. And it was always really just the 2 of us doing it. So that really did make it more challenging. Yep. When you could just like cook like, a half a pan of wings and turn them in. Yeah, that was fine. But yeah, if you had to go and vend samples and stuff like that, it really did.
Yeah. You need more crew members, right?
Yep. Yeah. We did it one year when Kora was up when Kora before it became a KCBS event, they did it up in an airfield in Turner and we had to do a People's Choice with that. And, back then it was, we would have fun with it. I think I was wearing a grass skirt and a coconut rod and vending pulled pork.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
That I want to see.
Yeah. I've seen pictures of that. I think it's on their website. Yeah.
Yep.
That's great. That's great. So you hit on it quick. Kids Q. How about Sabrina Swanson getting all that kind of fame from the American Royal? Isn't that terrific? That is so cool.
When that got posted, like Dan and Amanda, obviously that's her parents, but like as barbecue mom, I'm like, it's Sabrina. Like I'm like, she's the face of the Royal. Like, how do you not get excited? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was texting Al Jefe. I was like, Dan, I'm like, look at this.
Yeah.
It's also amazing because it's New England, right? Like we have such a unique group up this where that continuously shows everybody that we are consistent in barbecue. We are friendly. We're welcoming. Come on in. Yep. Anybody's welcome. So to see Sabrina be kind of the face of Kids Q for the Royal this year, we couldn't have been happier.
So special. So special.
And all the older girls that are really in this right now are really showing like, this is what barbecue's about. And watch out, they're coming for you.
Yep. Oh yeah. They're not kids anymore. They're growing up fast in the cooking.
They're seasoned veterans now.
They are.
Yeah. Seasoned veterans. Don't sleep on them.
As the kids age, they're encouraging others. So if we go back to Kora, Elizabeth, who has been with us since day one as a Shriners case, and she's cooking as an adult. Sabrina and Starla and Laura all kind of like gave her a little bit of edge, and then Jeff and Dan jumped in and were like, you can totally do this. You've been cooking forever now.
Right.
So we just see a younger generation starting so much sooner because we've been able to give them the groundwork that happens at age 4, 5. So by the time they're 5, 6 years in, they're starting to think, oh, I can cook chicken. I can cook wings. Oh, I can do a steak. They start to jump up to more to what the adult's doing even earlier. Where before, I would even like to say like Rico's sister, she really didn't, like this jumping happened a little later for her because of where Kids Q was even 5 to 7 years ago.
Right.
We look at Jack from Patty McHugh, his son. He was in that middle group that like started early. He's starting to make that jump a little bit sooner than what even Sabrina and Laura and Starla are doing. So it really, you can start to see generationally what this means to have a solid background earlier and when they're ready to make that larger jump to more the adult field.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you were talking about, how it was 7 years ago, and where it is today. Where are you seeing it 7 years from now? What do you expect, and what are you hoping for in Kids Q?
Laura told me she's going to take over my job. She's going to take all the kids' cues. I was like, oh, good, because eventually I can't anymore. I continue this. We have a very strong motto: kids cue every cue, and it sticks with us because our goal is that every single, at least in New England, every single event has a kids cue where possible. Understanding that like breweries aren't always conducive to that.
Yep.
But where possible, we really want kids to have an opportunity. And there's so many organizers out there that even if there's one, they are allowed to cook because it gives them hope for another chance. We still hold hope that like KCBS will do a team of the year for kids, that more and more organizations will look at team of the year. Nebs was one of the first ones to initiate a team of the year with Kim Stansfeld and myself almost 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we put together criteria for that because we saw how important it was for the little ones to start cooking and have that investment and go for the bragging rights. Like I'm top in New England now, 7 states. Like you can't say that with most kids, right? I'm top in 7 states.
Right.
So we saw a gateway for them to get the accolades they deserve when they're cooking 3, 4, 5 contests a year.
No, that's great. And especially when the whole family's in there cooking, like Starla. Starla is like, she's all over the place cooking. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. So explain to me, I haven't met her, but the steak princess, Riley, a lot of like Starla and Sabrina, they give her great acclaims for their success and how much she helped them. But she's aging out now. She's like, I think 18. Is she an actual adult cooker now or no?
So in steak, where Riley typically cooks, they start moving into more adult field at 13, 14.
Okay.
Riley has been cooking for a very long time. I have never met Riley, but however, her track record for just being consistent and welcoming to younger generations of cooks has been there for a very long time. Her and her family have really invested into making sure that other children feel that as well. And there's pockets of us across the U.S. that really believe in this and feel that, and they start passing it down. So as Riley ages, she still has that focus of, the younger generation has access to that.
Yep. That's great because those girls look up to her tremendously, and like you said,
really do.
I'm sure that's going to continue to replicate as these kids get older and the new younger generation comes in. Sure.
So go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many kids do you know that have an article every month in a national publication? I mean, Riley has her own article in Barbecue News every month.
That's great.
Yep,
that's crazy.
That is a little nutty. That's
so
great.
You see, like if you go down to Texas and some of the other places in the Midwest, they have barbecue high school leagues and all kinds of really advanced stuff for Kids Q. Do you ever see anything like that happening in New England in the future?
So yes, definitely. So Mike Erickson, who founded High School Barbecue, and myself have done a lot of legwork on connecting with high schools and middle schools. And actually Chuck Sampson in the middle school level has kind of taken the lead on high school barbecue and middle school barbecue from Texas, Alabama, the Midwest in that area. When that first founded about, 12 years ago now, there was push for each high school to try to do something in New England because of weather, different geographic reasons. And the other thing is space. It didn't really get as much traction. And there's other pockets that didn't really get the traction. But Nebs took a version of that to make it what was going to happen in New England. And Tom can kind of talk more about that.
Yeah. So what we did in January is we went down to Upper Cape Technical High School in Bourne.
Okay. Yep.
And we took, it was myself, Dan and Jeff from El Jefe, Paul Dahlstrom from Skull and Bones, Kristen and Dan Kimball, Chris Kimball put it together. And we basically went down and we all adopted 3 or 4 kids a piece, and we cooked a contest there amongst the kids. Everybody got an adult mentor, and we did chicken and ribs. They gave us the chicken and the ribs. We showed them how to trim everything and cut everything and prep everything, season, the whole 9 yards. And at the same time, we did a judging class for faculty to become certified judges, so that they were actually being judged. And we had a couple of certified judges come. Jeff Mullen and Mike Lane helped, and Julie, whose last name is eluding me at the moment, and I'd probably pronounce it wrong, came down and helped run the judging class, and the kids got judged on their food, and prizes were awarded. And they really, I think, learned a lot that day. We're hoping to do more of those in the future. In fact, I think they themselves do a contest amongst some of the technical schools in Massachusetts in the late fall. So we're going to make sure that we're a part of that as well.
Outstanding.
So
Amazing.
it's growing. It's just growing a little slow. It's slow moving, but
there's mountains of work.
There.
There's mountains of work
Yeah.
involved, right? I mean, so many people that you got to get on the same page and motivate to the same goal. It's hard.
And it's also hard because, doing it during school, like we went on a Friday, so it was during school hours, but to get these kids to come out and compete on the weekends is tough. A lot of them have jobs. A lot of them have, extracurricular activities and stuff. So asking them to add another one is kind of tough. And in the Midwest and in Texas and stuff, barbecue is kind of a lifestyle. So,
Sure.
Chances are you were going to barbecue something on the weekend anyways. It's just that you showed up in a field that did it with 50 other kids instead of in your own backyard.
That's a good point. Think of
but
that.
we'll get there. I mean, I think the TV shows, there's a lot of YouTube stuff and TikTok videos that are barbecue related. I think that it took, for our generation, we all got into barbecue because of barbecue pitmasters.
Right. Yep.
I think this generation needs their own, but I don't think it's going to be on TV. It's going to have to be something that goes, viral on some kind of social media or some kind of, cross-platform thing.
Right.
To get another generation. I mean, I can remember, you watch Pitmasters. I remember the first time I met Andy King, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. I'm like, I watched him cook on TV. So, so hopefully people can get that kind of reaction.
Terrific.
But that goes back to when you were asking about, like, is it a deterrent because Brad's there, right? Like, think about it. For us, Andy was there. Like, Andy was on TV. At the end of the day, we were there to cook. We were just there to have fun and see our friends. So it shouldn't be a deterrent because someone that is on television is present. If anything, it'd be like, let's go and go see them and see like what else is going on.
You're rubbing elbows with the right people, right? You're in the right crowd. Yeah.
Let's cook against the best.
Yeah, exactly. I can measure myself against the best. And honestly, there's a lot. I mean, Brad's obviously Brad, but I mean, Chunky Barbecue, reigning American Royal, Faded, Billy, multiple time world champion. The field is pretty stacked. So adding Brad to that, I mean, if you weren't intimidated before that, I don't think Brad should tip the scales one way or another. There's plenty of people on that field that can knock out a 700. So
sure. I mean, there's an old saying is that the iron sharpens iron. Yeah. So you learn and you get better cooking against people that may be a little better than you, and that's how you up your game a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure,
game
absolutely.
Recognizes game.
Great. Well, this is terrific. How do you guys want to close out? You got any more promotional information you want to get out there? Anything else you want to plug before we?
So we'll split our fall journeys. So we talked about this a little bit last time. We get to do something pretty unique in the barbecue world. We get to do team building with a company. It's Tom's company.
That's right.
In the fall, we'll do 2 different travel events with Smart Site. We'll go to Praise the Lard, which is typically a destination contest. It's one from the Mills family, been around for a couple decades now, and the apples, you go to try to win an apple.
Yes.
It's a very special award. But then we do our local NEB stuff and our toy drive, and right after toy drive we take off to Texas again, and and Tom can kind of cover that.
So the last contest of the year that we're doing is going to be in Rosinki, Texas. It's going to be a CBA event. Never done a CBA event, so looking forward to just doing one, where it was started in Texas.
Sure.
Hopefully we can learn something. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's a 4 meet, plus I think there's a cocktail thing, and my company, I'm sure that we'll find somebody who will want to enter that as well. And there's a couple of jackpots that look pretty interesting. So yeah, we'll beg, borrow, and steal equipment, and go down there. And yeah, because my company party is that Thursday, so the whole company's getting together. And then Friday, we're 45 minutes away. We're just gonna go and cook and just extend the party all the way through Saturday.
So I say I want to do a team building with my company like you're doing. How does one go about getting involved in something like that?
You got to get a CEO who's willing to say, yeah, we can budget this.
Yeah.
That's really,
Yeah.
honestly, they came to me and basically the way it was pivot, it was, hey, whatever prize money we win, we'll give to charity. But let's get a couple people together and just, have, Kathy and I lead it. So, we kind of, we know, since we know what we're doing, but it really gets people to come out and, the stuff that you see on TV, I get to see it in real life and learn something and have a good time and hopefully, hear our names called.
The CEO was sitting in our trailer when he came to New York to kind of see what we were doing here, because we wanted to make sure that they could come to the East Coast and see some of the teams here. He goes, this is great. He goes, it's not a golf tournament. It's not a gala. It's not like pitch and putt. He was like, this is just so different. So, if you own a company and want to do something different and people go home with leftovers, this is really where you want to be.
Sounds like a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, I would encourage more people to do it. In fact, if you're a barbecue team and you work for a company and they like to do team building, hey, go to your higher ups and say, hey, this is a great way to do something. And like when we did Frog Alley in Schenectady and my coworkers came, they had a blast. We got a call in pork and we get to donate that money to Operation Barbecue Relief. So
That's great.
Fantastic.
Good time all around.
All right. Terrific. Well, guys, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show and talk with you and catch up. And we wish you the best at Kora, both weather and competition. And maybe somebody will bid more than $500 on the rib auction this year.
I have a feeling the bids are going to be high this year. There's a couple people that we think, like Elizabeth looks high. I feel like we should do side bets. Like who's going to have the highest on the side?
Yeah. If we're betting side bets, I'm taking Elizabeth. I think she's gonna raise quite a bit of money.
Fantastic. Well, we wish you the best with that. I know that's a lot of work and it's a lot of fun. And I know the Humphreys and just everybody they kill it. They just knock it out of the park. It's such a class act to be involved. It's great. Shriners are super, super, cordial folks to have that place set up like they do. So we wish you the best.
Yeah. And I would encourage anybody who wants to just come and see what it's like, if they don't want to judge or anything, but just see it, come up on Friday and see the parade. If you've never seen a Shriners parade before, it's awesome. Yeah, it really is.
Me and my wife went last year. We went up on the Friday. We saw the parade. We got a little bed and breakfast. We, stayed Saturday. We didn't leave till Sunday morning. It was special. It was really a lot of fun. Yeah. So,
and we definitely need to catch up with you guys at the end of this crazy schedule you have and see how everything worked out for you. That would be awesome.
We'll come back in November. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Just
Sounds good.
Get us through like Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Sounds good.
You'll actually see our butcher. Tommy the butcher is going up with his brothers to do some fishing in Maine that weekend. So he wants to come by and check out the rib auction and stuff.
You need to all cook ribs on Saturday. We give you the ribs. Just cook ribs. Just bring a cooker.
There you go. Charlie, you're all set. You got your cooker now.
Don't even bring a cooker. I'll bring my cookers. You could just borrow mine.
There you go.
All right.
Just come and.
Is it all you can eat? That's all I want to know.
You're cooking them. You're not eating them.
I have to cook them. Oh,
yeah, cook them. Yeah.
All right, guys. This was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Take care. All right. What did I tell you? Terrific. Two great people that have so much barbecue knowledge and involvement in NEBS and everything, KCBS and everything they do with their competitions. Kids Q, obviously heard about it. Everybody's so proud of Sabrina Swanson, the Burger Queen there, getting her backing and from the American Royal. It's just great to see that.
Yeah, they're so passionate about Kids Q. And we kind of, not that we fell into Kids Q like by accident. Like we were always, and from the beginning, we kind of did little look-ins on Kids Q and how it was around the country. But these guys are passionate and they have a vision for that, and it's great to see.
Where it became a mainstay for us was at Kora last year. I mean, we met. There's Kid Q competitors that cook with teams that are the Shriner sponsored children.
Correct.
And we fell in love with Elizabeth Robbins and her story up there, and Kristen did that wonderful article.
Great article. Yep.
Yep. And that being the case, it's just so infectious to be around these kids because they enjoy it so much and they get so thrilled to be in that adult world of the competition and everything that goes into hearing their names called and stuff. So,
and it seems like things keep happening for them. Like this year, they got one of the Shriners patients, Emmy award-winning voice actor, is now involved in the cook, and just good stuff that keeps. I just feel like they've got a destiny in this thing, and things are just going to keep going their way.
Oh, absolutely. No, it was great. So I'm glad you guys joined us this week. I mean, please, we didn't say it. We didn't sell ourselves like we never do. Please like and subscribe. It's important.
We should probably do that a little more.
Yeah, well, it's not the only reason why we do this,
Absolutely.
but it does help. So please like and subscribe. And like I'll always say, go eat some more barbecue because, there's without barbecue, there's nothing in this world.
Oh, there's no life.
All right,
Barbecue.
folks. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Take care.
Adios.